one of the oldest cars I got. Look at this guy go. Oh. Now that guy hit kind of hard. I'll show you how you can fix these cars so they don't do that. Let's go get another one. We'll send him down on the same track. Get a tank car here. Third thing is that these cars will couple real freely. Now he rolls real nice. Let's talk about freight cars for a while. Here's a typical Athearn car. Oh, I made it into a track cleaning car with this little piece of Homosil pad. It's a one-way car, you know, it's got to go this way. I use it now and then. But more importantly, let's look at the wheel sets. This has got the standard Athearn trucks with the steel axles. Now, those steel axles are going to give a problem over the magnet. The cars will jiggle back and forth. You'll get false uncoupling or no coupling at all, because it just wants to keep going back against the magnet. So the next thing I do is, it's a racket. You buy those KD wheel sets, non-metallic axles. It prevents that from happening. No matter what you have, though, you got to keep those wheels clean. Those wheels will build up crud, and it'll go clunk, clunk, clunk down the track, and it'll slow the car down. By simply cleaning the crud off the wheels, I get that car to roll maybe another 1 or 2 lengths further. A little oil may or may not help. Doesn't seem to matter too much. So what I did, these Athearn wheels with the steel axles, they might roll pretty good, but they do not work with the magnets. So here's a truck here now that I converted over with the KD non-metallic axles. And they don't roll the best because it's plastic against plastic. Now, you can upgrade to KD 501 trucks. They're pretty nice looking. They're even sprung. You know, see that move? And they come already with the non-metallic axles. And they roll a little bit better. Then the Ultimate truck, we just got these in. They're from Intermountain. They're non-metallic, steel wheels, and boy do these babies roll. So what I have to do sometimes is I have to take a car that doesn't roll very good. It doesn't matter if it's with the Athearn trucks, the non-metallic wheels, or the KD 501 trucks with non-metallic wheels. I'll take one of those off and put an Intermountain truck on the car. That'll help it roll considerably further. Of course, I can't use both of these Intermountain trucks in the car because it'll roll too far. It'll roll right out of the yard. Now let's talk about couplers. Oh, the first model railroaders I got in my hands, there's all this talk about the KD coupler. All the other cars I had hook horns. So I went ahead and tried a few out. Oh, I like those things. So to get those to perform right, especially with Athearn cars, you have to do a few things. Grab this little car again. You may or may not see that little metal shim I have. You have to put that shim between the truck and the car frame. That raises the car body up a little bit so that the couplers have some chance of meeting other couplers. And see the little air hose? The air hoses start snagging on everything between the rails, like grade crossings or your rails for your moving point rails, whatever. It'll start snagging on those. So you got to get that car body up so that you have the right clearance. What you use for clearance, you have this gauge. KD makes this gauge, and it's made so that you can adjust your car height so that it mates up with the coupler on the gauge. There's also a little shoe that the air hose should clear. That gives you assurance that it's not going to snag on anything. Now, some of mine might be a little high or a little. None of them are too low. You can't have that. Some might be a little high, so that will interfere with the magnet trying to open them. And you can bend the air hose up or down with needle nose pliers to get it just right. This happens to be my work car. I haul around my rail joiners and spikes and track gauges, including this. I'm running about 75 freight cars right now, and I went over a bunch of them and got them fixed up so they work in the hump yard. But not everyone has been converted over exactly how I want it. They show up in these trains, I'll look them over and show you how to misbehave. Let's go ahead and back up another car. I'm going to release this down on track 4 again. See how that baby let go? Right up against the tank car. Hit a little hard. We're going to send another one down the same track. 2 more. Same track. See how that just let go? Those cars are set up right. Just touch nicely. Okay, 1 more car on that track. This one here I know has the KD trucks. So there's non-metallic axles. Hear the sound of that? I like that. Okay, I'm going to switch over to track number 3. Release some cars down there. Here's a couple things here we might as well look at while we're waiting. There's a little building right there that's scratch built. It's another one from Bridges and Buildings. Get up real close here. Maybe you can see Ambrosio. He inspects all the traffic going in and out of this yard. Checks for hot boxes, dragging equipment, anything that's wrong with a car going down the line. He'll make sure that train gets stopped and the faulty equipment that gets switched out of that train and put to the side to get fixed. I made it all with Campbell stuff. A little swamp cooler on the top and rigged up the smoke jack and stained the wood. Built another feature into this track. There's a scale there. You have to weigh those cars. After all, the railroad's not going to haul this stuff for nothing. So every shipper is charged by the ton. There was just a little piece of faulty track there, so I went ahead and made a wood scale platform. When the car numbers are read and released, then the guys inside got to keep track of the weight so they know what car weighs what. Okay, the cars in this train have been pre-blocked, so I'm going to send a few down on track number 3. A couple stock cars. See, it just let go a little bit from the car, but it didn't roll yet, so I have to nudge it a little bit. That's a good roll of car. Made it all the way up to that switch and you just barely touched it. Okay, we have another stock car we're going to do the same thing with. Now he didn't let go. There he goes. That's a good roller. Man, these cars are rolling good. Kind of smacked a little hard. Oh, we got a couple more we're going to send down that same track. Roller freight. Oh, there's a hobo in this guy. It's got KD wheels. It has its own special sound. Boy, just almost touched. I like that. Oh, once in a while you get lucky. And I believe I got a couple more we're going to send on that same track. Here comes a great northern boxcar that I just really weathered it. It let go nice. Same track. You roll short, maybe about a car and a half length. Okay, we got 4 cars yet. We're going to put those down on track number 2. Okay, let's get him ready. It's a boxcar. Let's see if I'll let him let go. Boy, this is a test of all your equipment. I had to be real careful about that guy. Okay, he rolled about halfway down the yard. Then we got 2 more stock cars. This one, Catherine car. Oh, he let go. He's gonna roll right up to it, just barely touched. Now I got one of these antiques of mine. It's all metal car. I got this one about 35 years ago when I swapped the guy some stuff. Oh, and he's ready to go. He's got KD trucks. Just short. He went a little clunk, clunk, clunk. Probably got some dirty wheels. Okay, the last car we got, the Great Northern Boxcar. He's just barely going to touch that stock car. Now this is how the yard looks after releasing those cars on tracks 2, 3, and 4. See the cars down here on track number 2 didn't roll very far. Then down on track number 3 we have cars that roll fairly well. Most of them all the way to the end except the green box car. And then of course track number 4, all these cars roll down real good. Now if you got a helper in the yard here, they can go get a switch engine, retrieve those cars and pull them all the way down the end. Because we're going to build up more cars yet for trains. So I'm going to shove these down the line by hand and bring another train in and switch out. Oh, we're finally going to get that reefer train. Pull up the up yard, start dispersing the cars. Seize them up, see if he's got enough power. Do a little brake test. Now we'll pull them up slowly, make sure everything's on the track. Nothing's derailed. I'm probably going to have to get a little run at this guy. Kind of a small engine to be pulling all these cars. Could use a helper on the other end if we had to. We could cut him off just like we did the caboose earlier. Let's do something different here. We have this caboose down here. Let's say we didn't want to bring them all the way up to the top and retrieve them. We can just go ahead and couple them with a little tool. A little twisty tool. In this case, I'll just pick them up. We'll have a yardage and come and get him later. That way we don't have to bring them all the way up to the hump. The corner over here. Okay, we're going to start dispersing these cars like we have some method to our madness. I'm going to send one car at a time on each one of the tracks. We'll send this first car down